This program comes to you by electrical transcription. The Treasury Star Parade. With Lieutenant Robert Montgomery, United States Navy, Ella Logan, Carmen Miranda, Al Goodman in his orchestra and chorus, and Olson and Johnson. Our slogan, Millions for Defense.
Any bonds today? Bonds of freedom is what we're selling. Any bonds today?
This is Robert Montgomery, ladies and gentlemen, in another of the new series of programs brought to you by the Treasury Department. We have with us again today the glorious Carmen Miranda, the lovely Ella Logan, and those two sons of fun.
This is Olson.
And Johnson.
Well, now, what's so funny? What's so funny now?
Well, Lieutenant Montgomery just asked me if I'd ever been in a dive bomber.
Well, what did you tell him?
What did I tell him?
Yeah?
I told him I'd never been in a bomber.
Yes?
But I've certainly been in plenty of dives.
And that subtle little prologue is intended as an introduction to our Brazilian diver. It's Senorita Carmen Miranda singing Mama Yo Quiero. Mama, 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 yo quiero. Mama, yo quiero. Mama, yo quiero, mama. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Mama, 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 eu quero. Ai, mama, eu quero. Mama, eu quero, mama. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar. Dorme, filhinho, do meu coração. Pega a mamadeira e vem entrar no meu paredão. Eu tenho uma irmã que é fenomenal. Ela é da bossa e o marido é um bozal. Mama, 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 eu quero. Mama, eu quero. Mama, eu quero, mama. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pra bebê não chorar.
Mama, eu quero. Mama, eu quero. Mama, eu quero, mama. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
E eu olho as pequenas, mas daquele jeito. Tenho muita pena não ser criança de peito. Eu tenho uma irmã que se chama Ana. Se piscar o olho já ficou sem a pestana. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero, mamãe. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero.
Mamãe,
eu quero, mamãe.
dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Carmen, that certainly was marvelous.
It certainly was, honey. Where did you learn that song? In Hollywood?
Yes, in Hollywood.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you like Hollywood?
I love it. It's so wonderful, so beautiful, so terrific, and so carousal.
Carousal?
Well, there are plenty of carousals out there.
Say, Carmen, did you meet any big movie stars out there?
Yes. I met Donna Mitchell.
Donna Mitchell.
Yes, sure. And Mickey Mouse, you know. And
Canal Goose.
Sponsor Tracers.
Oh, Sponsor Tracers.
And Lana Turner.
Turner.
He's wonderful. She's wonderful.
Oh, she's wonderful. Make up your
And
mind.
Macaroni.
Who? Oh, you mean macaroni with cheese?
No, with MGM, you know.
Oh, Mickey Rooney.
Yes, macaroni. Bye-bye. I see you later, boys.
See us later. I see.
Pardon, sirs, but are you Olson and Johnson?
Yeah?
I am Thaddeus P. Roback. I have a complaint to make.
I don't blame you with a name like that.
I don't mean that. I'm president of the Shakespearean Society of America, and we frown on your two shows, Hells A-Poppin' and Sons of Fun.
Now, wait a minute. What's the matter with them?
They violate all the known rules of playwriting, and what's more, do not have any of the basic elements of humor that so characterize the works of the immortal bard.
Say, brother, you're talking with a jerk.
Now, you're just self-conscious.
Wait a minute. What are you referring to that you don't like about Sons of Fun and Hells A-Poppin'?
I loathe the slapstick quality, the extremes that you go to in order to get a laugh. the shooting of guns, things falling from the ceiling. Bob!
Wait. My dear Mr. Rohrbeck, I'll admit that we don't have the Shakespearean style in our plays, but how can you say that it isn't funny? Supposing, you mean to tell me that an impeccably dressed gentleman like you, standing there, and I take a bottle of seltzer, and I, Do you mean to tell me that that's not funny?
Well, I will admit that it has a surprise element, yes. But the humor comes not from the enjoyment of the subtleties of a facile mind, but from the basic forms of a low mentality.
I can't see your point at all, brother. Now, you take, for instance, this pie. See, since the old Charlie Chaplin days, it's been the same. Humor doesn't change. Now, take a nice, fluffy, pasty pie like this, and I lift it jointly in one hand and toss it into a person's face like this. You can't say that's not funny.
Well, it's a bit primitive, but very tasty.
Well, my dear Rohrbeck, what do you think is amusing if that's not funny?
Well, you see that tree over here? Now, I should like to go up to this tree here and shake all these apples down.
Olson.
Yeah.
Do you see an apple tree there?
An apple tree? No.
Now I know why he doesn't like our shows.
What do you mean?
He's nuts.
Don't say anything.
Come on over under the tree. Oh, you're not scared, are you?
Oh, Uncle Ole. He's nuttier than a fruitcake.
No, well, we'll come over. Where is it?
Right over here. Now, come on, brace yourselves. Now, here I go. We're shaking the tree.
Well,
ready?
we're ready.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may recently have read and been moved by a sonnet which appeared in most of the newspapers of this country and which is destined to become one of the great poems of this war. We bring it to you now with our own musical and dramatic setting. The reading by Lieutenant Robert Montgomery. And there he stood with the heroes of all, ringed in a circle of light, recorded with his peers in the great unfolding scroll of time.
Born June 9th, 1922, to the Reverend John Gillespie McGee and his wife Faith, the son, John Gillespie McGee, Jr.
I went halfway down into the valley of the darkness and took his hand and led him forth into the light. I gave him life and the bright beauty of living. We'll name him after you, John. I said I would if he was a boy. Don't you want to hold him, John? He won't break, dear. Just hold him so. That's it. That's it.
McGee. Oh, quite. I remember him. He was one of my boys at rugby. Mother was English, and his father was American, I think, a missionary somewhere. I liked the little chap. He was always so keen about things, and so sensitive. Funny how you never forget them, isn't it? And they grow so fast.
I remember him. He was at prep school in Connecticut, and he used to date me at dances. He wrote beautiful poetry. I rather liked him. Sensitive poet. But he's so young, John. He's only 19.
Just ready for college.
Why should he want to fly? Most poets dream of flying.
All flyers have in them poetry somewhere.
But why should he want to fight?
Because poets have always held freedom closest in their hearts.
I went halfway down into the valley of the darkness and took my son's hand and led him forth into the light. Here, I give him to you.
Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or even eagle flew. And while, with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
John Gillespie McGee, Jr., killed in action with the Royal Canadian Air Force in the vicinity of the British Isles, December 11th, 1941.
Lives and can never die. He wrote with that dignity in man which does not know to what heights it can aspire until he is called upon to make the supreme effort, the ultimate sacrifice. His memory will live on to add one more glorious chapter to the American way of life. These things we can say of John McGee. What will be said of us? Within our own lifetimes, let it be said that our memories were not of effort lost, but of achievement won. We must be able to say, when we were called upon, we were not found wanting, we did our part. And each and every one of us has his part to play in this, America's most crucial hour. And one of the most effective ways, the way that is open to all of us to do our part today, is to buy United States defense bonds and stamps. They are an investment in the American way of life, the finest way of life the world has ever known. Buy them each week. Budget them from your salary. Join the Treasury payroll savings plan. Invest in America's future. It's your country. Keep it yours. The United States Treasury Department thanks the distinguished artists who gave their talents to this performance. Lieutenant Robert Montgomery, United States Navy, who acted as our master of ceremonies, Olson and Johnson, Ella Logan, and Carmen Miranda. Orchestra and chorus were under the direction of Al Goodman. Writing by Hal Block, John Natouche, and Malcolm Meacham. Production by William A. Bacher. This is Larry Elliott speaking.